the terrorists, who some of them are working in our own government here in America. I mean, things right. It's as if Satan took over America. I'm sure Satan was the apple of America was the apple of Satan's eye from its inception, because of our Constitution, because of our Bill of Rights, because of our Declaration of Independence. You know, look, these things are anti-Satan, okay, by nature. America, the philosophy, the theory behind America was anti-Satan. It was pro-God. It was pro-freedom, liberty, justice, mercy, all good things, okay? That's why so many people from all over the world were attracted to America, and to this day they still are. You know, some come here for the money, you know, the God of this world, because of all the opportunity. They see all the unsuccessful Native Americans, who is anybody that was born here, as idiots for not jumping head over heels into the pool of inhumanity. Because the God of this world, this money God, is it's an inhuman God, and it's a hater of humanity. You've got to understand that fundamentally. So in other words, all these people that are employed in the war machine, let's say, industry, their job security depends on war, or the threat of war, at least, so they can be on standby. And if they don't have that, they're all rendered irrelevant. And least guilty of understanding this is the troops on the ground, because I'm a man, and just like every man instinctively feels in his heart that he's a protector, he's a defender. He knows he's got to stick his neck out there to protect his wife and kids, or other people's wives and kids, or maybe it's the poor and weak, the downtrodden, the handicapped, those kind of people. But he doesn't care if it costs him his life. He's going to walk through those flames, okay? And he's going to do what he has to do to be a man, even if he's a pacifist, because that does not equate with cowardice, okay? A coward is somebody that shrinks away, that's afraid to speak out in the face of injustice, because they know it's uncomfortable. It does not feel good, but it's something that you've got to do. You've got to tune in to the Spirit of God and let it compel you. Let it commission you to do these things, to have a clear conscience. Because if I die tomorrow, God knows I'm woefully imperfect. I'm just like every other person out there. I'm as human as they get, okay? And you know what? It's hard. It's hard to think that, you know, that you have any value to God, to maintain any kind of semblance of self-esteem. But we need that. We need to remember that we're what it's all about. We're why God put the birds in the air. We're why God put the puppy dogs out there and the kitty cats. It's all for you and me, okay, because he loves us. We're his beloved children. We're what it's all about. He's having fun. There could be countless stories similar to humanity's being told out all over the universe. And right in our own galaxy, the scientists say there's over 500 million habitable planets right in our galaxy, our neighborhood. So, you know, God obviously loves to create, you know, and following his commandments is as easy as populating the earth. Jesus said, my yoke is easy, my load is light. And at the beginning of the Bible, God said, now go forth, be fruitful and multiply, you know, that we are to subdue, populate the earth. Okay, and nowhere in the Bible does it say, stop, now stop populating the earth. So all these phony balonies out there telling you the earth's overpopulated, they say this just to save the stuff for them and their kids. Because they understand, oh, caring about their lineage, their perverted lineage, they're going to mess up the minds of those kids to have screwed up values like them, to be invested in the God of this world, okay, this money, God. And so, you know, it's imperative to understand that you can't serve two gods, like Jesus said. You can't serve God and money, God and mammon, as he called it. You either hate the one and love the other, love the one, hate the other. That's the way it is. You can't be a money lover and a God lover at the same time. You've got to get it. You've got to understand that we need to free ourselves from the God of this world, free ourselves from money, and the way to do it is through demanding sound currency. So everybody out there, okay, that understands all the issues, you go, oh, it's overwhelming, there's just too many issues. No, stay focused. And humanity needs to have a single solitary demand. Sound currency with checks and balances mandated by law. We're going to watch you wolves, you slimy, shrewd sharks, like a hawk. We're going to watch you. And if anybody tries to manipulate market, your feet are going to be held to the fire. You're going to be held accountable. That's the check and balance. It's saying you did it. You're why wages had to go from $10 to $15 this year. You understand how that works? So the value of your currency is maintained. Your standard of living is related. It's all maintained. The cost of living. Do you see how all these things work together? How really you don't need to be a bright person to understand these concepts. We can understand it instinctively, but grasp it, okay, and be able to share it cogently with others. You know, to say, I get it. Now I'm going to do what I need to do to share it with others because I want to be liberated. I want my children and my grandchildren to be liberated. Eventually I want to get on the right path, but we're still on the wrong path. People are still being impoverished. Their homes are still being stolen. Okay, that's what's going on across the country. It's happened here in California first. As far as I know, this idea that less than half the people that live in California are homeowners. Okay, and they say as goes California, so goes the rest of the nation. So if you're wondering what you have to look forward to, you have to look forward to this. Be ready to have your home stolen. Your brothers, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your mom, your dad. Be prepared to let them have their house stolen. And all these people, they're going to pay because God sees what they've done. They see the destruction they've caused. They see the broken homes. How many divorces are caused from financial desperation, from insecurity. All the harm that you've done to society through this phony God of this world, okay, you're going to pay. You're going to pay because it's not okay. It's never been okay, and eventually the day of reckoning is going to come, and you're going to have to answer it. And if you can't stand before the one that literally owns not only your body but your soul, then guess where you're going? For a very long time. And don't say it's because God is mean and harsh. Oh no, you bought your own ticket to hell. You've had plenty of warning to repent or perish. Okay? You better turn away from the God of this world and disinvest in the God of this world. Okay? And like Jesus said, give to the poor and then you will have riches in heaven. Do you want to have riches for a split in time, just a moment in time? Hell, if you live to be 100 years old, you won't even live 1,000,000 hours. You'll live 876,000 hours approximately. And how much of that is spent sleeping? Do you get how this works? So, and I could be dead right now, a stray bullet, anything. This tree could fall on me next to me. Anything, a meteor could hit me. A plane could fall on me. Any number of things could happen to me right now to take my life. So there, you know, when I'm suggesting, you know, that you be invested in the right God, I am really imploring you, okay, to do this thing and turn and say, you know what, I got to get this, and I've got to share this information with others because, you know, I have a feeling I don't have a lot of viewers on my videos. I never review them or anything like that, but you know, all it takes is one person that grasps that idea, that really understands, and he's really got a hold of it, and he could share it with others. And eventually, it's like a light being turned on, and there reaches a critical mass, and we can eventually turn this thing around. You know, it will happen because God is in charge, and that's the plan. In the Bible, it all explains. Eventually, that's what comes, and we're all workers. We're like God's hands and feet, eyes and ears on the ground. It's written that we're created just a little lower than the angels, so we have great power to mandate change. Okay, just by speaking out and confronting these issues. Not because it bolsters your ego, quite the contrary, okay, because people hate you. They don't hate you with any justification, but nevertheless they hate you, and it doesn't feel good. So, you know, because you speak truth, and the truth is animosity, okay, to the rulers of this world. They don't want the truth, but it's coming. They know too that it's coming, and so they're just acting completely out of control. It's like the gates of hell have been opened on humanity, and you know, more and more people are going to die out on the streets in the cold, getting killed by thugs, in danger, suicides. Okay, the health problems, they're killing us through a soft kill and the poisons in the food they're giving us, and they're trying to bring back early death. You know, So there's a number of ways that they're running their program on us, that they've opened these gates of hell, but they're everywhere. And there's such a miasma out there, so thick you could cut it with a knife. Everybody's sucking lemons. Nobody feels appreciated at work. Hell, I mean, isn't it tough enough? You got to go to work for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. But then you know that you can be replaced at the drop of the hat. You're getting cheated out of fair pay, maybe. I mean, you know, this is ridiculous. You know, so it's not me that's crazy, okay? That's not the way it's.